Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about 7 ways narcissists twist the story to make out that they're the victim and you're the villain. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. So those who've spent time around a narcissist will already know all too well just how confusing a narcissist can be, just how confusing your life becomes around them, slowly losing your opinions, perceptions and reality, just how manipulative narcissists are and how they can straight out lie, often believing their own lies, with you believing their lies as they are so convincing in what they do. This is 7 ways a narcissist can play the victim to twist the story to suit their reality. Delusion and denial. A narcissistic person can feel shame for the things they do. However, they don't want to feel this shame, so they project their shame onto others by blame shifting to escape accountability and avoiding taking any responsibility, to prevent them from feeling any form of emotions like guilt and remorse. As coping mechanisms, they delude themselves and those around them to avoid any painful emotions, that their own reality is their only reality, and it's real, even though it isn't. Their reality is often indeed seen by them as that way, and even at times when it isn't, they tell themselves and others their truth that much their own subconscious might believe it to be real. They have to create a story in their own heads perceived in the only way they want to see it, which is everything is always someone else's fault and never their own. The more this goes around their head, the more they believe it to be accurate, why their stories are so convincing even when things don't quite add up. How to disarm? Write down what they told you and then write down reality. Projection. The narcissist projection is when they project any unhealed parts of themselves onto others, as they simply will not and cannot take responsibility for their own actions. They don't like how they are empty. They need approval and seek admiration. They are pathologically envious of those around them. They will fabricate, distort, lie, triangulate and blame shift any of their own wrongdoings onto somebody else. This creates an alternative or false reality in the narcissist's own mind. When you question them about something and they say you're jealous, it's either to deflect the truth or because they're jealous. When you suspect they are cheating and ask them about it, they'll accuse you of cheating or being insecure to deflect the truth, often because they're actually cheating. If they say someone is insecure, the narcissist is usually insecure. If they say someone was cruel to them, the narcissist was usually cruel to that person. If a narcissist says you're too sensitive, it's to cover up the fact that they're insensitive and they've hurt your feelings. If a narcissist states you have trust issues, it's to distract you from the fact that they are very untrustworthy. If a narcissist claims their exes are crazy, look at the common denominator. Narcissists want to pass all their faults onto others. To do this, they will blame your emotional reactions to their actions as being the primary problem to distract you from the fact that their actions are the problem. Whatever hurtful act a narcissist does to another, the narcissist will find a way to twist it so the other person was in the wrong to make themselves out to be right. How to disarm? Give yourself the compassion and understanding that the narcissist will not give you. Do not give them your sympathy or empathy, as a narcissist will use this against you to hurt you all the more. You cannot control what others say and do. You cannot help them. You can give yourself your own reality check and be kind to yourself first. Gaslighting. Narcissists use gaslighting as a way to psychologically manipulate others into losing their own reality and taking on the narcissist's reality. Another way to escape the actual reality of the narcissist's mistakes and wrongdoings by making others believe the narcissist's false narrative, thus then believing their own false reality themselves. How to disarm? If you're still with them, if they are a family member, write down what was said. And if in doubt, look at it. If you have children and they are they still see the children, keep everything via messages or email so that you have everything in writing. Blame shifting. Narcissists will switch the crazy making on to the innocent person. When anyone confronts a narcissist or tries to set boundaries, the narcissist will change the whole focus onto the other person, so the narcissist can escape accountability and not take any responsibility for their own actions, putting all attention and blame onto the innocent party. Narcissists do this with ease as they lack the empathy to care. They believe they are always right and they are oblivious to how their behaviour affects others, only how people's reactions or exposure might affect the narcissist. They refuse to listen to others. They refuse to admit faults, and to a narcissist, any pain you're in is your doing. Any pain the narcissist in will also be your doing. Narcissists make others feel guilty by blaming those around them so that the narcissist can remain in control. They exploit people's feelings to punish people, to bring out the worst in people, to take advantage of people for the narcissist's own gain. When a narcissist feels threatened, shamed, rejection, embarrassment, exposure, disrespect, neglect, or humiliated, real or perceived, as they don't see themselves as the problem. If they embarrass themselves, then they have to abuse others by physical, financial, psychological, emotional, spiritual, or sexual. They then gaslight those they abuse into blaming themselves. At the same time, the narcissist plays the victim to feel better about themselves. The more we chase them, the more we try to help them, the more we work harder to please them, the more we believe it's our fault. If we walk away, they believe it's our fault. There is no way to help a narcissist as they're unwilling to help themselves. The only way we can do this is allow ourselves to kindly walk away. How to disarm? Only take responsibility for your own behaviour. Pass responsibility back to the rightful owner for theirs. Recognising what they do to people, that they are shifting the blame. Focus on the fact that behaviour speaks volumes about who they are and not who you are. Lies. Narcissists are compulsive liars. It's a defence mechanism. Even if you have facts and evidence, they will lie through their teeth to get out of it. Find some way to blame others, or why it was all your fault and not their fault. A narcissist will be angry at you for finding the truth out about them. How to disarm? Look for facts. If they're barefaced lying with evidence in front of them, remember they cannot accept responsibility. They don't want to be held accountable. Give yourself the answers. How they will tell the story to others. Even genuine people have their limits and can react badly. Reactive abuse. This occurs when the victim finally snaps. They might scream or shout in anger, throw insults or lash out at the abuser. Abusers are known to try and push others for this reaction. Once the narcissist has this reaction, they will twist the story so the real victim is the abuser and the narcissist can play the victim. They will use it against you forevermore, and some will even film it and go to the police against you. If you reacted at any point to someone who is psychologically, mentally, physically abusing you, where they were controlling you, then twisting everything onto you, then you feel as you're to blame while they escape all accountability, this does not make you a narcissist. This is further manipulation from a narcissist to get you to react. You react to someone who knows all your strengths and they know all your weaknesses, so they can turn everything onto you. Own responsibility for how you reacted, yes. See the whole story. Recognise how they bring the worst out in you and then let it go. It's now in the past. How to disarm any future communication. Retreat, rethink, and only respond if you genuinely need to do so. Smear campaigns and character annihilation. You might remember the stories they told about the exes. They most likely will not have wanted you talking to any exes because, of course, to a narcissist, the exes are all crazy. Having empathy, you can sympathise with them about just how horrible it is for another person to treat someone that way. This is usually what a narcissist will be doing to you. Everything they did to you, any reaction you gave them, they will be twisting all the facts into their own reality and blaming you. When a narcissist can no longer control you, they will try to control how others see you. Narcissists will often leave without closure, so when you call and message, they'll show the new partner, friends and family as evidence that you're obsessed with them or that you're stalking them and they're such a good catch that you want them back, missing out the part that they've just up and left and moved straight on with someone new. Nobody falls in love faster than a narcissist who needs somewhere to live. If you try to explain to the new partner they've been fed so many lies, just like you once were, that'll confirm in the new partner's mind that you're trying to split them up. Or they'll triangulate you both, so you both work harder to win them back, play you off against each other. Narcissists know you've taken them back before because of the trauma bond, so they will breadcrumb you into believing you have a chance. They'll be telling the new how bad they feel for leaving you, and perhaps they should give you another chance. So you both, without knowing it, fight for each other to keep hold of a toxic manipulator. How to disarm, leave them to it, focus on who you are and who you want to be. Their stories fall apart when you don't look like the crazy ex and you begin to look happier without them. When it comes to children, some will just up and leave the children, explaining to others how you'll not let them see the children. Others will play so many mind games with the children and fail to see them when they're supposed to, say horrible things to the children, so that you have to choose no contact. They will then blame you to all others for not allowing the children to see them. They will happily drag you through the courts while you lose sleep worrying about it all and the effects of the children not seeing them. With the impact on the children when they are around them, it is heartbreaking. How to disarm, keep as much written evidence on everything you possibly can and be prepared. Set aside time to deal with court paperwork, then focus on being positive around the children. Observe, don't absorb. When you genuinely pay attention to the words that fall from the mouths, you'll know all the times you couldn't work out what was happening. They were talking rubbish to you, from backhanded compliments. Your hair looks better like that than it did before. I didn't think you'd get that promotion. Congratulations. You look pretty when you have makeup on. To blame shifting phrases. If you hadn't, I wouldn't. I'm not controlling you, you're trying to control me. If you would have done what I asked, I wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm like in the morning, you should have left me alone. If you'd have paid me more attention, I wouldn't have gone elsewhere. Gaslighting phrases. I didn't tell you because I knew you'd act like this. I didn't tell you because I knew you couldn't handle the truth. It's not my fault you're too sensitive. You're crazy, you need help. I never said that. I told you last week you must be losing your mind. A narcissist cannot accept themselves for who they indeed are, as they believe they are superior and above and better than others. They believe they're entitled to exploit people, and they lack the empathy to care for how they hurt people. They are either unwilling or unable to see the faults within themselves, so they will make their reality and do their best to make sure those around them believe their reality. They will convince themselves that their reality is a fact. They need validation from others to keep their own insecurities and faults deeply hidden. People who've been close with a narcissist get hurt emotionally, psychologically, socially, financially, and sometimes physically. Narcissists simply do not care, and they will turn whatever they do to you onto you so they can escape responsibility and so that there is no consequences to their actions. You can communicate on a world level with a narcissist with empathy, compassion, understanding of others' perceptions, caring, thoughtful and forgiving. A narcissist only understands that they are the only person that matters. You can look for the middle ground and compromise. A narcissist is not looking for agreement. They are looking to win at all costs to you. They communicate on a level which only ever serves them, to suit themselves. The disorder is on a spectrum, so some you might be able to learn how to disarm them and how best to handle yourself around them. With others, no contact is the only way forward. I shall add in the video description the videos on projection, gaslighting and common lies that narcissistic people say to explain more on these. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.